If you canceled the subscription, Kevin.
Hey everyone, meet Kevin here. Today we're gonna talk about something very serious and entirely different from anything I've been talking about in my last 20 videos. Today we're gonna talk about the stimulus package. I'm just kidding. We're gonna talk about Tesla and a bait and switch that actually just happened to me, but a bait and switch that is partially, potentially kind of a brilliant profit center for Tesla, but still one that really pisses me off. So this is an interesting one you haven't heard of before, so buckle up, especially if you're a Tesla shareholder or you're thinking about being a Tesla shareholder. We got some things to discuss. Let's talk. Now, I just want to be super clear here so you really understand the full scope of Tesla. The next 2.5 minutes, I'm gonna spend explaining old school Tesla and old school solar sales. That's really important so you can see the difference as to why what's happening now is what it is. And it'll help you understand how I'm getting bait and switched. Old school solar, which by the way is exactly what Tesla has been participating in, at least until last year when they were sued, stand by for that. Old school Tesla solar and old school regular solar industry worked like this. Somebody would come to your house, knocking door to door, and they would offer you, hey, how would you like some solar panels on your roof? And if we can show you right here how we'll save you money, that is, you'll pay less money in electricity and you won't have to come out of pocket a dime, it's gonna cost you $0 and you'll save money. How would you like that? Why don't you sign here? Oh, sign here, but I don't wanna sign a contract. No problem. You have 3 days to review the contract, and if there's anything you don't like, you can cancel. And that's basically solar sales. Go to a sunny area, knock on somebody's door, offer them a 20-year contract with a 3-day right to cancel, which gives you all the time in the world to review it, even though nobody ever does, and boom, people are locked in after 3 days. This, by the way, is what one of those 3-day rights to cancel actually looks like. Good luck reading this page alone, let alone the entire contract, which looks very similar to this. The solar industry has thrived off this sales model for almost a decade. The problem is, more and more people are getting pissed off because they're starting to realize the ugly truth about these 20-year contracts. These 20-year leases and power purchase agreements lock you into these 3 options when it's time for you to sell your home. All 3 of these options usually suck. And here's an email from Jeffrey Murray at Tesla Solar, where you can actually see I'm talking with him in an email about dealing with these issues. So this is classic old school Tesla Solar. Here's a quick rundown of this. Option number 1 is transferring your 20-year contract to the person buying your house. But let's say you are a large family. You have a wife and 2 kids and 4 air conditioners and a spa. That's kind of describing me. Well, you might end up needing 20 to 30 panels. But if you now get a younger couple who's coming in with no children, let's say, and they don't use the air conditioning and they don't work at home, they might only need 5 solar panels, or honestly, they might need 0. And if you transfer a 20-year contract, you're transferring that contract based on the original person's usage. In other words, if I have a big contract, I can't sell the property to a buyer that doesn't want those panels. So that option sucks. Option number 2 is I could take the panels with me. Unfortunately, taking the panels with you only works if you're going to a property with a similar sun exposure. So that sucks. That doesn't always work either. Or you could buy out the entire contract by prepaying the entire contract, which usually costs somewhere around $20,000. Old school solar sales sucked. And as a real estate agent, I always told people either finance it or buy it. Never ever get a lease or PPA. Not to be confused with PPP, which is the Paycheck Protection Program. Well, last fall, Tesla very publicly got sued by Walmart for shoddy solar installations and such horrible work that multiple solar systems were catching on fire even after they were disconnected. In other words, the solar panels were installed in such a crappy way that they still caught fire on the roof even though they were disconnected from the building. that happens because you can't really turn a solar panel on or off. When you have a solar panel, the sun still makes it create energy, which is ordinarily fine unless all the wiring coming out of the panel is done poorly and then you cause a fire even when the system's off. Walmart sued Tesla for over 247 contract violations. Now that's the backdrop, but this is where things actually get very interesting. That lawsuit ended up disappearing around December of 2019, right before this crazy outbreak. Except that disappearance wasn't super public. Tesla and Walmart settled their differences for the time being. Tesla apparently agreed to repair these systems and work with Walmart to get these back online. And for now, Walmart said, you know what? We'll dismiss the lawsuit, but we'll maintain the right to refile that lawsuit if you end up screwing up. Well, interestingly, it was around the same time that this lawsuit was going on that Tesla came out with a completely new way to sell solar, which is a revolutionary way to sell solar because the solar sales industry and Solar City, the company that Tesla bought and inherited all these tactics from, sucks. Tesla's revolutionary new way to sell solar is this: no contract, cancel at any time, and a flat monthly fee of anywhere between $60 to $150, depending on the size of the system you want. This is so incredible because all of a sudden that nasty taste that we had for the solar sales industry is gone because contracts aren't required anymore. You can also now cancel at any time. So I actually went ahead and called Tesla's bluff, and I called them to get solar on a rental property of mine, which, in case you don't already know, I'm a 28-year-old real estate investor and I teach everything I know about real estate investments in my programs linked below. Would love to have you join me. I go live every day. The market is open at 9 a.m. You also get lifetime access to all the content and all of the amazing programs I have. I ended up signing up for Tesla Solar on March 3rd at like 12:30 a.m. That is midnight. And the next morning around 7:30 a.m., I got a message that I needed to complete some solar notifications in my email, and I ignored that. Then I got a second email around 1 p.m. going, Kevin, please log into Tesla Solar to upload your bill, which I also promptly ignored. This was a Thursday. And so I didn't do anything until Tuesday, when I got a text message from this really cool guy, Michael, who said, hey, Kevin, we're ready to install your Tesla solar system. I'm like, what? All I did was fill out the form online before falling asleep, and now you guys are ready within like 4 days? Oh my gosh, you guys are crazy. Like, you're on it. Wow, that's really impressive. So I called them and I got on the phone. I go, send me your contract, because I'm really skeptical, having come from being a real estate agent and broker and dealing with all these crappy contracts in the past, and knowing that Tesla bought Solar City and was involved in the lawsuit with Walmart. I got really freaked out. So I looked at the contract, and keep in mind my memory of contracts. Old school contracts were like 25 to 26 pages long. Here's one from Vivint and Solar City, which, remember, Solar City is now Tesla. They're 26 pages of legalese and crap to try to trap you into these contracts. Are absolutely horrible. But then I logged into the portal. I'm like, wait a minute. The new one's like 2 pages long. That's weird. Where's the cancel part? Show me that I can actually cancel. And at the top, it says something to the effect of, for cancellation, see cancellation terms. And I'm initially like, yeah, here we go. Okay, point me that way, point me that way, point me that way, just to trick me and confuse me. I went into this really jadedly. Well, then I scrolled to the bottom and it literally said you could cancel at any time by emailing this email address. So I asked Michael on the phone, I go, are you serious? What you're saying is I could literally sign up for Tesla Solar for $60 or $65 a month, have you guys install the solar panels, and I start saving money, and next month, if I change my mind, I could literally just cancel on you guys, and that's okay.
If you canceled the subscription, Kevin,
yeah,
and I don't mean to sound arrogant when I say this, we're going to leave the panels there unless you explicitly tell us to remove them, because by you canceling the subscription, that means that you just made a choice to go pay the utility more money for energy, which Elon's like, I mean, I'll just tell you, quote him, he said that bloody makes no sense.
If you want us to remove the panels, we'll charge you at that point, but we'll only charge you $1,500, which is like the cost. I'm like, that's actually really reasonable. So flat monthly fee, I could cancel at any time, and if I need to take the panels off, it's $1,500. If I want to leave them there and sell the property and give it to another buyer, they can take over the panels if they want. If they want $1,500 up front, big deal. That's way better than 20 grand on these other contracts. So I was really suspicious, and I'm like, all right, sounds good. When can you guys install it? You said you're ready to install it. And he goes, oh yeah, we're ready to install it March 27th. I'm like, oh my gosh. You guys have like a 24-day turn time. That's insane from applying online to install. That's really, really good. So far, I'm just basically that classic Tesla fanboy who's like, oh my gosh, I love Tesla. I hated my Model X when I first got it in 17. It had so many bugs. The autopilot would fail all the time. I got nothing but error messages. Sometimes I couldn't even turn the thing on for 10 minutes. I'd be standing outside the car waiting for it to reboot. It was insane, the headaches I went through in 2017 as an earlier Tesla owner. Well, all those problems got solved, and I started getting more and more bullish about Tesla. And now I'm hearing this process, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I am literally like fanboying over here. Let me get one of them Tesla Powerwalls as well. Like, let's load up on Tesla. Tesla shares? You know what, let's buy some more of those too. I can't get me enough Tesla is what I was thinking during this process. Especially since March, Tesla was going on like a new discount sale every single day. The stock, at least. Well, then the switch happened. Around the middle of March, I ended up getting a text from Eduardo from Tesla. Cool guy. I said, hey, you know what? Don't bother calling me, just text me. And he did. It was super cool. So I ended up driving by as he was actually at the property and kind of rolled down my window, and we did a little social distance talk. And I'm like, hey, yeah, just so you know, it's a rental property. Like, we're getting ready to put it up on the market for rent. It's ready to go. We've already done a roof tune-up. We've fixed everything on the inside. We're set. Like, we're ready to go. Thanks, you're good to go on the roof, like do your thing. Thanks, see you later. And I drove off. Well then, out of the blue, a few days later, I ended up getting this email from Tesla, which said I had new documents. And I thought, okay, well, that's weird. Like, why are there new documents? I thought we were done with everything. I signed the contract, I paid the first month, which was like $60, just like really cheap. I got the small system. I didn't think for a rental I wanted to have a huge system. I wanted to try it out small, so that way I could also report back to all the people in my investing group or my do-it-yourself property management group how the ROI works on Tesla solar for rental properties. So I opened the email up, and the email ended up taking me to this portal to sign a document. I'm like, what is this? I start reading the document, and I was getting a roof proposal for roofing work to be done to the property. And I thought, well, that's weird. I just paid a licensed roofer to seal it up and make sure everything was good, to make sure nothing was leaking, and kind of do a roof tune-up like I usually do on my rental properties. Well, according to Tesla, one of the following, not sure which, but one of these following bullets is wrong with this roof. And you can see there are a host of potential ailments here, but none of them specifically refer to this property. And so as I'm reading the form, I'm thinking to myself, I mean, golly, like the roof isn't brand new, but I personally know, I mean, worst case, if I have to slap a new roof on it, it's a single story, it doesn't have that many pitches, it's gonna cost me around $11,000 to re-roof it with a 30-year comp shingle roof. Maybe 25-year, I could cheap out a little bit, shave off 5 years, and pay $10,500. That was my expectation. Like, worst case, if I need a new roof when I buy this place, it's gonna be $10,000 to $11,000. Well, then I keep scrolling. Tesla said in order to install this solar system on this rental property for $60 a month, I would have to pay them $32,500 to replace the roof. Now, presumably I could use my own roofer, but here's this convenient like signature slot that I could just pop in and sign and it's done. Hey Tesla, here's your 34 grand. Boom, you guys replace the roof, put the panels in. And then I got to thinking to myself, oh my gosh, Tesla is brilliant. They are now getting into the business of subcontracting roofs. If they subcontracted this roof out, they would hands down easily walk away with over a $20,000 profit just by subcontracting a new roof, which, just so you know what subcontracting a new roof means, it means, yeah, hello roofer, hey guys, can you get us a bid for putting a new roof on over there? Oh, okay, yeah, your bid's 11 grand, yeah, go ahead and do it, let me know when you're done and we're gonna put some solar panels on it. All right, thanks, sounds good. Boom, 20 grand in the bank. That's the contracting industry for you. Yeah, there's a little bit more involved, like the implied warranty that if something's wrong, Tesla's gonna be the one I call, and then they have to call the roofer. But if a licensed contractor is putting on a new roof for $11,000, I'm not expecting there to be problems with it. Which, as a previous licensed contractor and now just straight up real estate investor and YouTube maker, I am really impressed. Like, this is brilliant. I ended up promptly talking with Michael, and I ended up switching my solar setup from that property to a property with a newer roof, because I still want to see what the potential ROI of this project's going to be for rental properties, and I want to be able to report that back to all of you who follow me and course members. But I have to say, Elon, man, you deserve a standing ovation, man. You know how to maximize profit at every level. Auto dealers, bah, we don't need you. We'll just deliver directly to the consumer. Wait a minute, deliveries? People to help you get your car delivered? Forget that stuff. Let's cut those out too. Let's furlough delivery people. Let's have something called contactless pickups of new cars. So when people buy a car and it's ready, we put it in a parking lot and they walk up with their phone, unlock the car, and congratulations, there's your new car. You never even talk to a human anymore. Oh, want a Tesla solar roof? No problem. We'll give it to you for $60 a month, and don't worry, no contract. We won't try to rip you off like the other guys charging 20 grand cancellation fees, basically. Oh, need a new roof? We'll gladly help you with that new roof too. I don't know about you, but I think I need to buy some more shares of Tesla, because this guy knows how to make money. So congratulations, Elon, you proved you're brilliant once again. And if you too want to be brilliant, make sure you go down to the links below, get your brilliance by joining my programs, get your 2 free stocks with Webull when you deposit $100, and of course, get your free quote for life insurance within 5 minutes from your phone. Super easy to Apple Pay for as well. Thanks so much for watching, everybody, and until next time.